Hey guys, Corbin with Complete Home Concepts. So today I'm here with you looking at the different types of fuel we can use to burn for a fireplace. So, there are four main types. There's going to be some subcategories in each one. There's going to be some other things that I don't list. But the four main types that I deal with every day are going to be gas, wood, pellet, and electric. And there's advantages, there's disadvantages to each one, and that's the purpose of this video today, is let's dive into them. Let's figure out what's right for you, because not everyone's right for you. Not everyone do you have access to, and sometimes you might have access to it and it's still not the right product for you. So the very first one is going to be gas. In today's day and age, when you're closer to the city, gas is just going to be, it's going to be the most prevalent one. It's going to be what's on the top of most people's minds anymore when it comes to a fireplace. Now, yes, there's natural gas and there's propane. Propane you're going to see a little bit more further out from most cities. Both are going to work essentially the same as far as their advantages and their disadvantages go. So the main advantages when it comes to a gas fireplace is going to be convenience. You turn it on with a light switch or you turn it on with a remote and it works every time. The next thing is going to be just choices. There are more gas fireplaces out there now, current, than there are anything else right now. You can get hundreds of different types of gas fireplaces. You want traditional? Great. You want linear? Tell me what size. You want something that's in the middle? Let's figure it out. That's what's great about gas fireplaces. There are so many different options. The next thing is going to be, there's a lot of technology that's been thrown into them. We're on the verge of all of those smart home products right now, and every day I hear about a different fireplace and them going through some new code or some new application so that they can be tested for smart homes. We're there. We're almost there. There's ways to do it. There's ways not to do it. The biggest con with your gas fireplaces, it's pretty simple. Some of them will not work when there's no power. The ones that are purely aesthetic, they're going to push all the heat outside. A lot of those won't work, your commercial grade fireplaces. There's other ones that will work when there's no power, especially a lot of your newer ones. I've got another video that's going to talk about how to light your fireplace when the power is out. I'll put a link down in the description. What's great about that is, if the power goes out, you can push out some more heat, and sometimes it'll keep you in the house and it'll keep you warm for a couple more hours. Other times it's just going to keep the area warm. It depends on the winter storm that you're going through at the time. Outside of that, maintaining a gas fireplace is simple. It really is. But they are a little bit more costly to run depending on fuel. So gas can go up and down in pricing depending on where you are. Gas is expensive, so it's not always the right option. That's when we get over to wood. So with wood, there is no burning any fuel source like wood. It will heat you to the core. It is one of the best options when it comes to a fireplace as far as pure warmth. Now, you're going to have fireplaces that are like this, a big open fireplace. And I know I just pointed at this example a minute ago when it came to gas, but this is a wood-burning fireplace with gas logs in it. Now, this wood-burning fireplace is not going to be very efficient, but aesthetics-wise, just pure experience-wise, it's going to be amazing when you set up a log in there and you get it burning. But you can go into high efficient, where you can heat your entire house with a wood stove or a actual high efficient wood fireplace. When it comes to wood, there's nothing else that burns like that. Now, that's a lot of the advantages. Really, the biggest disadvantage when it comes to wood is that it's a pain in the butt to get in your house. It's messy. You have to source the wood. Now, some of us are lucky enough that they live around trees, they live on land, but you guys that live in the middle of the city, it's going to be a lot harder. But wood burning is seen as a little bit more classic when it comes to a wood fireplace, and there's just nothing better than seeing that big pretty flame when you've got a big wood burning fireplace burning. It's just that simple. The great thing about wood, the biggest absolutely biggest advantage to wood is if you can source the wood and you have it at your disposal. So you live on a very big wooded lot and you have tons of trees that you'll cut down and maintain over years, it will pay for the unit. Now, you have to use dry season wood. Don't use a Christmas tree, please. You will not only catch your house on fire, but the entire neighborhood. But what's great about wood is if you can source the wood, you're paying for that fireplace most likely in the first year, maybe second year. If you can't source the wood yourself, and you do have to go buy it, even within about 3 to 5 years, you're going to be looking at getting your return on investment. That's because wood is pretty simple to come by, especially in the Midwest or in the United States. It's just a lot simpler to get to. Now, there are a lot of codes depending on where you are. You can't burn wood. That's because of all the restrictions that you need to have on it to begin with. So, those are the advantages and disadvantages of a wood burning fireplace. So we went through gas, we went through wood. Those are going to be the two main ones, especially in my area. But the next section is going to be pellets. So pellets, they're going to be really good for the technology side. There's more technology thrown into pellets recently than almost everything else because of everything they've had to overcome the last couple of years. Gas and wood, really, they had to overcome those because everybody knew how to burn wood. They knew how to burn gas. So pellets, you came in with these alternative fuels, and one, they're great for the ecosystem. They're going to be a lot of recycled wood chips, and depending on what other pellets you can get. And there are tons of different types of pellets you can get. The best thing I recommend is get something that's rated for your fireplace. If you get a pellet stove or a pellet insert or a pellet fireplace and you put the wrong pellets in there, you're going to have a nightmare. The next thing is you're going to get those smells, the same smells that you get from wood when you burn a wood pellet. But what's really cool, like I was saying with the technology, is that you can now schedule your pellet stove, your pellet fireplace, to run on certain days at certain times. So you never have to worry about coming home to a cold house. You come home to a nice roaring fire inside of that pellet stove or pellet fireplace. And so what's good about that is you just load up the hopper with as much pellet as you can and you walk away. And it's that simple. Maybe you load it again next week. Maybe you set it so it's thermostatic, so when it gets below a certain temperature and it runs, you automate it the way you want to. Especially today with the Harman stoves and the Quadrifire, both of them, their technology has come a long way to where, it's pretty simple. You press a button and your fireplace is working. Now, disadvantages on pellet are going to be they're a little bit of a pain in the butt. One, in most cases, you're going to need dedicated power. Some pellet fireplaces and stoves, they will work with a secondary battery, but you're going to have to invest in that. You're going to have to make sure you get the right battery and have it ready to go when it comes time to it. The next thing is maintenance. You have to maintain a pellet stove. There is no coming back if you don't. It will gum up the machine. It will damage it. It will not work when you need it to work. Now, I'm not saying you have to clean it out every day. I'm saying you have to clean it out daily, a different clean for monthly, and a different clean for the yearly. There are different types of cleans that you have to do on that pellet stove and that pellet insert. And when I get over to the pellets with a lot of these videos, I will link in a video that goes over how to service and how to maintain your pellet stove. That way you're not in the dark. But that being said, there is maintenance involved. And anybody that is out there and they sell you a pellet stove and say, hey, there's no maintenance at all, they're full of it. And you're going to have a bad day. So at the end of the day, pellet is a great system. It is a great unit as long as you treat it like it's something you have to maintain. So finally we get into electric, and you're going to notice throughout any of my videos I'm not a big fan of electric. It's not that wood is better or gas is better, we gotta go pellet. No, it's just, I don't think electric's always up to par. Some of these new units are really starting to get there. Their flames look a little bit more realistic. Their sound effects are a little bit more realistic. But for me, I just don't like the burn that you see on an electric. It seems very robotic, it seems very patterned. I personally don't like them. But I will show a ton of electric videos. We've got several that we carry as well as have access to or see even in my market. And some of them are really good. I've got a competitor in town that's got a very good looking electric fireplace. So do I. I really do. And Simplifier, Dimplex, they have some amazing units. But they still have some ways to come. You're not going to get much heat out of them. They're not designed to heat. They're designed to go on a wall. And that's their big bonus there. That's their big reason for existing, is you can put them on a wall, in a wall, halfway recessed, depending on the type of unit. And it's simple. You don't have to run a flue. You don't have to run a gas line. You don't have to run an exhaust. It is very simple. You plug it into the wall, in most cases, and you turn it on. And it's that simple. Now, it's not going to run when the power's out. Not that you'll really want to. It's not going to put out much heat, so it's not going to keep you in the house if you have no heat in your house. But they're great for those situations where you can't get gas. They're great for those situations where pellet and wood just aren't there. They're also great for just easy inconvenience. So I'm not harping electrics altogether. I'm just saying they're not my favorite. So you will always see that I'll shy away from electrics unless it's my only option, or I just want a little bit of aesthetics in my house. I don't want any heat. I don't want any performance. I just want a good looking flame every once in a while. I want a little, blue or green or purple flame in my room. Then electrics do really well. So in this video, I went over your natural gas and propane, which are all included in your gas category as far as fuel goes. I went over wood, both advantages and disadvantages there. I went over pellet and why I really like it for certain situations and why you've got to maintain it. And then I went over electric and some of my pain and growing there, as well as what it actually is good for. If you like this video, hit the little subscribe button down there. Check out some of my other videos. I'll be diving into how to choose the right wood stove for you, how to choose the right gas insert or gas fireplace for you. We got quite a few videos coming, so always come back, see what else we've got going. If you're looking for a fireplace, if you're looking to service your fireplace, looking for something new, soon I'll have up some other product videos as well. So stick around and see what else you like. Thanks.